Warm greetings to everyone. After a long time, it's again the day when we all are gathered from different parts of the world for a ninth episode of Unheard Stories, the True Intellectual Warriors. Today, we have Ms. Ankita Mehrotra as our guest of the day who has already joined to share her stories with us. But as usual, before starting, it's time to know about our organization and the spirit behind it. HETS, Harvest Educational Transformation Solutions, registered with MSME, Government of India in May 2017, ISO 9001 2015 certified. Another progressive turn with the launch of HETS Pratishta India Trust, NGO Foundation, in 2021, where HETS aspires to empower women, children, and people across all genders, academic dropouts, through education, develops knowledge, skill development, educational and corporate training, improving employability scope, assessment, and counseling projects. HETS is an education consulting and service company exclusively dealing with end-to-end education service provider Pan India. Our team works with the educational institutions in planning, developing, and managing educational institutions that meets their vision, mission, and goals. HETS has more than a decade of experience setting up and running schools and preschools across the country. Transformation can happen only through focus and passion apart from learning, teaching, and leadership. The true spirit behind such transformations is none other than Dr. Aruna Vadkar ma'am. Dr. Aruna Vadkar ma'am is the founder and managing director of HETS, Harvest Educational Transformation Solutions. She is the founder and chairperson of HETS Pratishta India Trust and the resource person of Indianka Learning Private Limited, Britannica. Also, she is the advisory board member and mentor of Mount Literacy School and the advisory member and counselor of Green Erin Public School. Now, it's time to meet the guest of the day for which everybody is waiting eagerly, Ms. Ankita Mehrotra. Ms. Ankita Mehrotra has good experience of teaching computer science. Teaching is her passion, and she believes that a teacher is the one who can bring utmost change in the society by building the new generation with character and values. Her thinking says that a teacher is the role model who can go up to any extent to bring out best in her students. She is truly an inspiration for all of us. So, with this beautiful introduction of ma'am, I welcome her on the screen. This is Rasleen Kaur, your host for today. I'm overall coordinator of HETS Youth League Association. Dancing, singing, writing, and knowing more about intellectuals are my hobbies. Today, I'm here to know about you so that we can learn something from our experiences. So, beginning with my first question. We have heard that playing with computers is your passion, but I very well know that you are not just a computer lover, you are a passionate teacher too. Getting to know so much in-depth experience, we would want to know what thought made you choose this profession.
Thank you, Rasleen, for a beautiful introduction. Yeah, I am passionate about computers, and what made me fascinated to choose this profession is like since my childhood, I am blessed to have so many mentors who brought the change to the society by bringing up building up the character in the students. So I thought of taking up this noble profession to bring a change in the society, which can be only done by a teacher. The teachers are the building blocks of the new generation. That is why I picked it up.
Wow, that's amazing. Moving further, according to you, how you define teaching?
Teaching is basically not only imparting education, but providing a child with bigger spectrum of innovation, emotions, knowledge, and your character building. Basically, a student demands different things, and a teacher has to fulfill all these things through her teaching ways. As per my teaching means coming on the level of the students to interact with them and to bring them to our desired target. They basically when a child is facing some problem regarding the logics, if I talk about the computers, so we have to tell them or go to the ground where we can tell them how the logic meets the real life, and then they understand it better. So a teaching is not only involvement of the children, but it is the involvement of the teachers also.
Thank you very much for this lovely answer. I'm inspired with your statement of teaching. But I'm also keen to know if there are any limitations when it comes to teaching.
There are no such limitations for a teacher. A teacher's limit is the sky only, and but definitely a teacher faces challenges, and these challenges are not a hindrance. Basically, instead they motivate a teacher to find a solution and come up with greater zeal and enthusiasm to face a new one. There are no limitations, as I said, but the challenges a teacher has to face depends on the environment, it depends on the conditions which a teacher is facing, and it depends on the different kind of strategies which we follow to solve it. a teacher
Amazing.
can a teacher can break all the boundaries.
With your lovely thoughts, I'm sure that we are going to learn a lot. Another question that strikes my mind is, can all children learn the same way being taught or need to apply different ways to mentor?
So I just want to ask you, Rasleen, is every child same? Do you think every child is same?
No, not at all.
No, yes, they are unique. So there are different ways for a child to learn. Maybe you learn by doing, and I learn by learning it by doing it by fun. So it depends on child to child how he or she enjoys learning. Basically, learning should be enjoyed. It should not be rote learning. So every child is unique and his or her own way to learn things. So teachers should come up with the innovative ideas for the better understanding of the students. The main motive of a teacher is to impart education which a child learns. So learning is basically through fun and through by doing.
Very true. This shows the true spirit in you, and I'm sure everyone will agree to it. And it's going to be helpful for everyone. Now, I would like to know something about the pandemic era, where it became difficult for most of the people to survive. According to you, was really pandemic learning to all the teachers and students?
Yes, very true. You said that each and every one was facing a problem for survival during the pandemic. Yes, everyone learns a lot during the pandemic. New challenges were faced by every section of the society during pandemic. But the best part is we have find out a solution to deal with that too. So the education system has also shifted from the offline mode to the online mode, from a physical school to an online school, where the teachers have learned a lot and the teachers have become tech savvy. And the computer teachers were the one who have supported all the staff learning new things. Yes, there were challenges, but everybody has come up, has cope up with those challenges with the support of the parents, and all ended well during the pandemic.
True, that was so insightful. As we move ahead, I would like to know about your thoughts on NEP 2020 being introduced. Would that be a benefit in the education system if implemented?
Yes, of course it is. If it is implemented, it will be very impressive, and I think it will be a very innovative idea to put it across the syllabus. NEP is very impressive. Inclusion of the art-based learning is basically which focuses on your concepts like fun learning and learning by doing, and they provide the better understanding of the subjects to the pupils. So I hope it will be a great help for the upcoming generations.
It's really fantastic to see the combining of emotions and practical knowledge. With the marvelous conversation with you, we would want to know what is the inspiration behind your success.
See, my inspiration is basically my students who come up as a motivational force which keeps me going. And when the kids are happy, you are happy, and success and happiness goes hand in hand. So I try to make my surroundings happy, and I try to make my students satisfied and happy, which keeps me going.
Your words are really inspiring to hear. Thank you for
Um,
sharing these motivational
can
words.
we can we have any example related to it? That will be great.
Like if a child is happy, the happiness goes around. It's like a boomerang. When you throw happiness, you'll receive happiness. And when you
Mm.
respect the children, the students, then they in revert they will respect you back. So it goes round and round, both hand in hand. When the happiness is all around, the students are satisfied, they are more charismatic, they're more uh, inquisitive to know what the next is going to come. Basically in computers, they're inquisitive to know about what next we are going to do, what logic we are going to do next. So it goes hand in hand. When you are happy, you are satisfied.
If you remember any incident, uh, would you like to share with us any classroom incident or something?
It's like sometimes I was teaching my child uh, how to go for algorithms. Basically the name, it's an incident of class 3, but the name seems very big for them. Algorithm in itself is a big spelling for them to read. So they said, ma'am, what is this? We are worried, we are scared this with this such a big word. But when slowly and gradually I asked them to, how many of you like to have mango shake? So they suddenly started, how come a mango shake come into a computer class? So they were
Mm.
like, mango shake, everybody is like to drink, ma'am, and we know how to make it too. So when the steps involved in the mango shake process comes up, so then I switch the topic over to the algorithm, because algorithm is a step by step solution of any problem. So when they know the steps of making a mango shake, they started dividing a problem, coming up with the solution in a step by step way. So they know, oh, algorithm is so easy, it is just the step by step solution of a problem. So this is how
Mm.
I relate my subject with them, and they're happy to know, because they're happy to hear the name of mango shake or Maggie. So
Wow.
it is a fascinating thing for them. Oh, ma'am is going to teach us how to make a Maggie or how to make a mango shake.
Wow.
But they finally learned algorithm through that.
Thank you very much. Over to you, Rasleen.
Wow, thank you for sharing this beautiful example. To conclude, we would be really happy if you could share your message that you would like to give to our audience, teachers, and students.
See, these days, the education system, what we follow, have changed a lot from our times. A much more acceptance is needed by everyone, be it a teacher, student, or even parents. Acceptance is the new keyword for learning. Teaching is not a one-way process. It is basically involves a communication, proper communication between the parent, teacher, and a student. If there is a communication gap, it is really very difficult or challenging for a teacher to build up that gap. So nowadays, acceptance is more important, and a communication is the key. Teaching is not a one way process. That is what I told you. Teachers, parents, and students nowadays share equal responsibility in building up a child morally and strong with the emotions and with the values. So I want to tell each parent and the student to respect what you are reading and to communicate it properly with your parents and the teachers if you're facing any problem.
Thank you, ma'am. I'm blessed that I got an opportunity to know so much about you. I really enjoyed it. I'm sure this is going to inspire many of us. Thanks for sparing your time and sharing your unheard stories with us. After that,
Thank you, Rasleen. And it was really, really a fabulous time I shared with you. and I enjoyed it very much. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. After that, let me invite my mentor and Chief Management Officer, Dr. Anirudh Kaur. She's having experience of more than 20 years in the field of education. She has received many awards. To name a few are Best Principal Award, Hafiz the Nurturer, Guru Varya Saman 22, Inspiring an Iconic Woman of the Universe 2022, and many more. Ma'am, may I request you to come forward for the vote of thanks?
Thank you, Rasleen. With the grace of God, we have completed our another episode of Unheard Stories. It was really wonderful to hear our guest, Ms. Ankita Mehrotra. And I really hope that it is going to help many students, teachers, and parents to uh, use it, implement it, and get the opportunities to find out more ways. Secondly, this initiative has taken by Dr. Aruna Vadkar, and we are really thankful to her because this thought has made many changes in the society. And we really believe, because every day we are hearing from one or the other, that this thought actually help someone to implement in another way and to find out the ways. So that is why when we are sharing our thoughts, it is beneficial for the society. And I'm really thankful to a lovely Rasleen who actually helps us to cover this interview by asking wonderful questions, knowing about them, and sharing with others too. And I'm really thankful to all the technical support members and others who are actually making this episode successful. So, once again, I'm thankful to all of you for making this episode a successful episode. Thank you once again, Ankita, and hope to see you again for other conferences and talk shows.